How to use feedback requests in UpRaise. Similar to the ability to give feedback to your colleagues, to your direct reports, to your managers, and the people you work with, UpRaise also offers you an opportunity to request feedback from these people. The process involved is almost exactly the same that you have for giving feedback. On my screen, I've already navigated to the feedback screen from the left navigation, and within that, I've opened up the feedback tab. With regards to the feedback requests, there are two tabs on the screen: request sent, request received. All the requests that you have created will appear under the request sent tab, and all the requests that you have received will appear in the request received tab. Let's first look at the request feedback pop-up. You can trigger this feedback request from here or from almost the same places across the application where you will find the give feedback option available. This same pop-up will appear every time you trigger the feedback request from anywhere in the app. Now, for which user, for which one of your colleagues you can request a feedback about and from whom you can request it, that is dependent on your permissions, which is discussed separately in another video. Here, you'll notice there are primarily two users involved. First is about which user you are requesting this feedback. By default, your own name will be populated, logged in user's name will be populated, but depending on the permission, you will be able to do that. You will be able to request feedback for a different user as well. Second is which user should be able to, or rather, which user should respond to this feedback request, that you can pick up from the from dropdown. And then similar to how the give feedback pop-up allowed options of associating that feedback message with a Jira issue, with an objective or a key result, or keeping it as an independent, the same options appear in here as well. So you can link the feedback request with a specific Jira issue to add to the context. You can associate that with an objective or a key result as well. Let's keep it independent work for the sake of this demo. Then you add the necessary feedback message, the feedback request message in here, and click on save. As soon as you do that, this feedback request will appear under the request sent tab for the request creator. There is not much to be looked at as far as the requests sent are concerned, because once the requests are created from your end, the next actions are expected from the user from whom the feedback is requested. That's why I've navigated to the requests received tab, and you'll notice a feedback was requested from this logged in user. And since the next action lies with this logged in user, they have access to this respond button. What they can do is they click on this respond button, and that will open up the give feedback pop-up. The only difference is in this case, user about whom you are creating this feedback, that is disabled from changing because you are responding to a feedback request. The associated Jira issues, objectives, key results, all of that is retained as well. You cannot modify it. The actual feedback, which includes classification of the feedback, labels for the feedback, and the actual feedback message, that you can modify, similar to how we have seen in the give feedback pop-up. Also, with regards to the visibility or sharing, you can make this feedback visible to all users, or you can handpick the users and teams with whom this feedback is shared. For all practical purposes, this is exactly same as the give feedback model, the give feedback form that we have seen in a different video. That is how your colleagues, your team members, and you yourself can utilize the feedback request functionality within UpRaise to connect with your coworkers. Hope that was helpful.